Trying to figure out how to put some Olympic lifts into your MAPS programs? Watch this.
Our first caller is Ahmed from Australia.
Ahmed, what's happening? How can we help you?
Good, thanks. How are we all doing today?
Very good.
Great.
That's the go. I just firstly like to say I love all your content you put out there. It's greatly appreciated. I've got like my family onto all your like episodes and podcasts. So yeah. My first question, my question for you today is I recently completed an Olympic weightlifting training block with Sonny Webster, a friend of yours. And I was just wondering how I can keep up these skills and everything. And so I'm running max anabolic, and I was just wondering how I can add in some of these skills, like the clean and jerk and the snatch into my training without overtraining, because I've heard you guys say before that to strictly run these programs as is, so that way you don't overtrain.
Okay, so let me get this. So let me just clarify. So you want to continue doing a MAPS program.
Yeah.
You also would like to incorporate some of these Olympic lifts so that you don't lose the skill of them, correct?
Yes, correct.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Replace a couple of the squats in anabolic, and then I would even do like on some trigger days, like working on your technique with like super lightweight or no weight.
Right.
Just control for the volume. So I would replace.
Okay.
I would not. I wouldn't cut out like barbell curls for a clean, because that's not really a fair volume trade.
Right.
But like a deadlift, a squat, those exercises could probably, one, like maybe set to set, right? So like if I'm going to do a set of cleans, then I'll probably do one less set of squats, for example.
Yeah.
So you could just,
awesome.
you could just do the volume trade and then take it from there. And then as far as the intensity is concerned, I mean, you've already done a competition, so you know the proper intensity for Olympic lifting while you're training with a particular type of frequency. That's really that's really all you want to do, and then kind of feel it out, because I'm saying it's a 1-to-1 trade. Olympic lifting is very explosive. So depending on how you feel, it may be more like 2 sets for every set of cleans, for example, or vice versa. So you're going to kind of feel it out, but essentially you want to equate for volume.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And would this be the same with all your other programs? Like I've got MAPS Anabolic, MAPS Performance, and MAPS Aesthetic. So would it be the same concept?
You can do that with Performance, easy. Same thing.
Yeah, for the most part. Now you're going to have to play with them a little bit, because some programs are much more bodybuilding focused, isolation, that kind of like split might be a little bit more challenging, because each workout isn't full body. So it's like, where do I put the cleans and the snatches on back days?
There's high pull in Performance, which is a natural fit there to replace. So there's opportunities for that, and like in strong as well. There'd be probably a lot more opportunities to just do a straight trade out. But in terms of like what they're talking about with volume, that's kind of how you'd have to look at it, and sprinkle in just real light, practicing of those movements during the frequency builder days.
Yeah, that's what I think. If it was on a trigger or focus day, I think I would still be, because obviously Olympic lifts are far more technical than any of your traditional lifts. So I'd be doing those just like super lightweight, just working technique days. So instead of it being quote unquote trigger days or focus days, those would be my technique days. And that's when I, barely load the bar, and I'm working on the speed of the bar and the technique of the movement,
I mean, this is pretty much how, I suggest a lot of athletes use our programs, because you don't really want to stray too far away from your skills training. That's something you have to incorporate, especially if you're, building any substantial amount of muscle. You got to simultaneously really consider keeping that skill set. So if your body changes and you have, more mass to account for, it doesn't mess with the mechanics and the coordination and athleticism.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So hopefully
awesome.
that helped you. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah. Thank you for your help, guys.
You got it.
Right on.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. See you.
You got it. Yeah, I think the important thing to communicate here is when you're accounting for volume and you're trying to swap out, that you try to find exercises with relatively equivalent demand on the CNS and the muscles of the body.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I wouldn't be like, let me take out some side lateral so I could do some, some
snatches.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be like squats, deadlifts, high pulls, exercise.
The demanding ones, the compound lifts.
And then also if you're adding in these big gross motor movements, like a snatch and a clean, it's like a full body exercise.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be harder to program that into a split type routine where, today I'm only doing chest, shoulders, and triceps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do I put, the snatch that's got some shoulders, got some legs in it, it's got some back. Like, what day do I put that on? But if you pick one of our full body routines, which most of our programs are kind of full body based with like 2 or 3 full body workouts with other things sprinkled in, then it gets a little easier. Then you can say, instead of squatting for 4 sets, I'll squat for 2 sets and they do 1 or 2 sets of like a clean, for example.
Or all 4. I mean,
Right.
I would probably trade all 4 out. Like I just say,
Right.
hey, I'm not going to squat right now. I'm going to do, the snatch or clean. That's what I'm going to do there instead.
Exactly.
Yep.